name is Prajakta Katkar, and also known as Praj in Australia, where people find it difficult to say my name completely. I'm originally born and brought up in India, been living in Australia for almost 11ish years now.
Okay.
And I believe I've come here for some reason. I don't know what that reason yet is, but I keep telling myself something amazing is going to happen out of all of this, because it was just destiny that I ended up here. Actually, professionally, I wanted to go to the US like everybody else. And I did try hard, but it never happened. And
Yeah.
Australia just happened
Australia
without
is
me
pretty
even.
awesome, though. So I'm happy for you.
I am blessed to be here, honestly. I'm so blessed to be here.
Nice.
So it just happened.
I
Now,
love that.
coming to my, I won't say pain journey exactly, but I'll call it more of a healing journey as such.
Yeah.
Let's call it that way. Yeah, let's call it my healing journey. So, in 2006, which was my last year of engineering, I was on my motorbike and I was going for some, what do you call it? I was coming back from some interviews because I
Hmm.
was looking for job. And it was a bad time because my father had recently passed away. In 2003, he passed away,
Wow.
and 2006. So there was obviously that trauma of I was barely 18. I don't know how the world understands, and everything just comes falling apart. The only thing I knew was okay, finish engineering, get a job. That's all I
Yeah.
wanted.
Yeah.
So then I was on this motorbike, and the next thing I know was I was on the road, literally like this. And because I had recently accelerated, because I was waiting at the signal and the signal had just gone green, I had accelerated. And the next thing I realized, I was on the road doing like a stunt. And
Yeah.
because I had geared up, I
Yeah.
went
You're
on the,
spinning.
I was spinning, yeah. And I don't know what happened in that moment, how this happened. And then I know there's a large crowd standing behind me, waiting for me to get up so that
Hmm.
I could just move out of the way because
Yeah.
it was green signal. The next thing I did was I pulled my left leg out of the motorbike because the motorbike was on my
Hmm.
left side of the body was under the motorbike.
Hmm.
And then I got up, I picked the motorbike up, and then I went to the side of the road.
Mm.
Then I realized my entire left arm was shaking like hell, shaking, shaking, shaking.
Yeah.
There's only one lady who came running towards me to hold me, and nobody else came to help me, which was
Wow.
shocking at that time, completely shocking.
And where were you when this
I
happened?
was in, I was in India back then.
In India. Okay.
In India.
And one lady ran over to you, but nobody else came up to you.
No, nobody else came up to me for whatever reason. I don't know. Or maybe it must have been a so serious accident that nobody wanted to get involved. Could be.
Yikes.
So so then she hold my hand, like literally tight like this. And that's when I realized my hand was shivering badly. And I was in some sort of trance. I don't know. The next thing I did was, okay, I'm fine. It's okay, all good. I went back on the motorbike and I rode for another half an hour to 45 minutes to reach home.
Wow.
It was amazing. I don't know what happened. Now in hindsight, when I think about it, I was like, dude, I've been through a lot that few seconds.
Yeah.
Anyways, and then I reached home and it was my peak exam time. I didn't have much time because I had to sit study and there were exams in a week's time. The
Wow.
only thing that happened in that kind of an accident was there was swelling on my left ankle, like a tennis ball kind of swelling, and that's it. Miraculously, nothing else happened. However, after that, fast forward, I got a job and everything started. Now I started sitting in AC offices where it's all cold. Literally,
Hmm.
they just, all the offices are very cold. That's when things started. Stiffness, tightness, back pain, acheness,
Hmm.
pins and needles, tingling, whatever you call it. Gradually, all of these kept on happening, and I
Worse and
couldn't
worse.
think worsening. Yeah, I couldn't join the dots to what the hell is going on. This kept on happening for a period of years. And I have lived like that for almost until last year,
Wow.
2023. 2023,
That's
yeah.
terrible. So
It was
all
terrible,
those
but
symptoms became chronic.
exactly. The first time the doctor said chronic, I couldn't understand the definition of what the hell is chronic. So I Googled this.
Yeah.
Googled. I was like, this is so stupid. It's like, okay, something happened, you can't fix it over a period of time, now you call it chronic.
Yep. Yep.
Interesting. And I couldn't join the dots all these years. But I did not give up. I went through whatever treatments were available out there.
Hmm.
You have those light therapy through a
Yes.
physiotherapist. Then I did years of physiotherapy. I went to best of the physiotherapist. I went to best of the chiropractors over here in Australia and back in India as well, where I had a chance.
Wow.
These treatments did help me a bit,
Hmm.
but they didn't give me the relief that I wanted.
Yeah.
And I kept on thinking, what happened? What happened? Why is this happening? Because I eat healthy. I've had kind of an active life. I'm not
Hmm.
very athletic, but I have been active. I just couldn't understand. But at the same time, I was determined that I am going to fix this no matter what.
Yeah.
I did an MRI scan of my entire spine, brain.
Wow.
I ended up going to Parkinson's doctor, to
Yeah.
neurologists, to different chiros. I even did acupuncture and things like that.
You tried everything and you spent tons of time and money.
Exactly. Tons of time, money, being in pain all this time. It was frustrating, no doubt, because
Yeah.
my hand used to shiver, and people used to tell me, "Why is your hand shivering?" And I couldn't realize or feel the shivering until people are telling me. So I used to hold it like this.
Oh, man.
It was horrible. And then the headache.
Hmm.
It wasn't migraine. It was headache, stress headache, tension headache, whatever.
Yeah.
All of that. Of course, I've been very blessed to be able to pay for these treatments, have
Hmm.
the luxury of time and money to be able to do it. So,
Thank
in that
goodness.
sense, yes, I had a problem, but I also had the solutions to look for it.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank goodness.
So, that was good. Then, as and when I was going through these treatments, I started joining the dots. Because before that accident, I never had anything in my life. I was very healthy,
Hmm.
no issues at all. I didn't know what back pain was. I didn't know any kind of pain before that.
Mm.
So then I could join the dots and I was like, aha, now I know why this is happening.
Yeah.
And the funny part is, in our current systems of hospitals, doctors don't have that much of time to understand your story and
No.
then be able to treat you. It's just about fixing a symptom. They don't look at the root causes.
Correct.
And I have a firm belief we can reverse anything. That is my firm belief.
That's
I
good.
don't know where it comes from. It's just there, and nothing in the world can shake that belief of mine. That was just in me. And
I
the
love that.
second thing is, I believe in root cause analysis and fixing them. Um, so because of this pain issues and because of having the liking into topics like healing yourself, how food impacts you, how multivitamins and everything play a role. I just kept on reading whatever knowledge came my way. I kept on reading it,
Yes.
and over the period of time, I could myself build certain belief systems of mine, understand food in a better way,
Yeah.
understand how things impact you, and the exposure to how emotions impact you and how all of that triggers, and the holistic way of fixing your mind, body, spirit to literally heal yourself. It's not about fixing. If a headache happens, there's a reason why that's happening. As long as you fix the reason, boom, it just goes away. Your body comes back to healing.
Amazing.
So, along with that pain journey, all of this information and knowledge also came into my life, which was good.
Yes. Yes.
So, then I went on to look for options where there are no side effects. That search went on for years and I couldn't find anything. Everything that I explored had this tiny little things written in there which tells you what the effects, impacts are and everything.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't want to do that. Forget it. I don't believe in it. There's nothing like that. And then just pushing chemicals into their body is not the solution. It doesn't work. especially when coming from a science background. I wanted to be a doctor professionally. For
Nice.
X number of reasons that didn't happen.
Yeah.
So pushing chemicals into the body is something I don't want to do.
Yeah.
I am not into a favor of having Panadols and painkillers and everything unless it's the worst case situation.
Yeah, it doesn't solve anything. So, like you say, unless you're like on your deathbed and you just need to treat the pain management because they're going to die
Exactly.
anyways, something like that. Yeah.
Exactly. So I didn't do anything of that either. And then my hunt for something that doesn't have side effects
Hmm.
continued. And then one fine day, Spinal Flow landed in on my Facebook page. It just landed out of somewhere. I don't know how it came up, why it came up, and everything.
Yeah. Same with
And I
same
was,
with
yeah, most of them have the similar thing of how Spinal Flow ended. So then, of course, I was busy with my 9 to 5 job and everything. So then I kept that study on the side and I kept looking into it little by little.
hmm
Took a few months to understand what it is, how it works,
hmm
and the fact that it doesn't have any side effects and
Yeah.
it's your
That's a
own
win.
body doing the healing. Exactly. I was like, this may be the answer. I don't know. I have to look into it.
Yes.
So finally, I figured out there is a practitioner, which was again an hour drive from me.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, let's do this. Let's try. This was my first experience into something called as healing. Now, before doing this, my idea of healing was, oh, it is some voodoo shit. It is something around saging. It is something around hoo ha
Yeah.
and with some hippie people and everything. That
Yeah.
was my generic idea about when you say healing.
Exactly.
But ideally, healing should be mainstream, honestly speaking. That is what each one of us needs. It should be mainstream.
It should. Yep.
So then that was one reason why I was looking into healing. No, one reason why I was looking into something that doesn't have a side effect. Another main reason why I was looking or searching for something like this is one of my family member has a health issue. He has an autoimmune condition because of eventually that impacted his kidneys, and then the kidneys failed,
Mm.
and then the person has gone on dialysis. So my firm belief, we can reverse anything once you know the root cause. So I'm like, I can't figure out another person's root cause. Every person has to do it for themselves because it is unique to them.
Yeah.
Then I believe we can reverse anything. I was like, I need to find something that can get his kidneys back. That was another reason why I was looking into something of this. So finally, the day came, I went for my first Spinal Flow session. Magic happened in that first session. First session, I had so many things changing.
Really.
And I'm sure I'll forget about a few things. But what happened? The first thing I realized, I slept like a baby that night. All my life, I thought I'm a light sleeper. Even if some little noise comes up, my sleep will break. But that night, I slept like a baby. I got to know what deep sleep literally means.
That's amazing. I mean,
It
that right
was
there, if that was your only success, that's huge.
it was huge because now after so many years I sleep good, man, and I
Yeah.
sleep deep, and
Yeah.
that what is needed for healing your body in sleep.
Yes.
So that was the first thing happened in my half an hour of Spinal Flow session. My tightness, stiffness all over here vanished completely. The feeling or the lack of feeling I had on my entire left side body changed. There was so much of numbness on my left sole of the leg, and I started feeling my leg back.
I hear that all the time. Like you get connected to your body parts again.
Yes, exactly. Because I was hopeless. I used to drag my left leg. I never used to feel it. It was that kind of,
Wow.
I don't know
And
what you call it.
acupuncture and chiropractic did not help that.
It did not.
Amazing.
Did not. So, and that was just half an hour. I was like, this shit is meant something. And the fact that my own body is doing it, and
Yes.
this is scientific, I'm like, this is
Yes.
it. So
Yes.
then I kept on going for sessions, and it's not just physical thing. The mental clarity that came with it, bit of how do you say it, fearlessness
Hmm.
or courage
Yeah.
that comes because you can feel better in your body, and that makes you feel powerful. Any kind of health issue, big or small, takes away your power a little bit in
Very
some sense.
true. And then dealing with it chronically really lowers your power and makes you feel depressed.
Yes, exactly, exactly. Because I wasn't able to find solution. So
Hmm.
somehow your body makes its own adjustments
Yeah. To
to
cope.
live with, to cope with it. Whether
Yeah.
it is mental, whether it is physical, whether it is emotional, it happens. Most of the times we will not come across it because it's busy life.
Yeah. Well, and we know how your body's coping. It's storing all these blockages, just storing them and trying to hold you together in the meantime.
Exactly. It's like holding a fort together when there are so many external factors that are poking and pushing it and making
Yes.
it fall apart.
Our poor bodies, all the things they do for us. Yeah.
Correct. Exactly. So this is what happened with me.
Yeah.
And the other person that I'm talking about, who was on dialysis at that time, is still on dialysis. Considering that this doesn't have any side effects, I was
Hmm.
like, okay, I want my family member as well to go through this because
Yeah.
I first tested it on me just to be
Yeah.
sure what happens. So then I'm sure what my family member I'm putting him through for all of this. Now, what happened with him? So generally what happens is when a person has kidney issues or is on dialysis, his energy levels go down because your body organ is not working and externally your body is getting cleansed,
Hmm.
not cleansed, cleaned
Hmm.
with dialysis,
Hmm.
which is ultimately an artificial thing
Hmm.
and it's not as natural. So
Yeah.
because your body is a bit of toxic as compared to a normal person who has a proper kidney function, your
Sure.
energy levels go down in a very layman's language. So what happened after he went through spinal flow? Sleep quality improved again, like it's a given now. His energy levels were so good, so good, which were not there before. So he's able to function better, he's able to think better, his uh, overall quality of life improved to the point that imagine a person who's on dialysis but is able to go on trekking on a sunny day, which
That's really impressive.
it's not usual for a person of that health issue being able to do such things.
Yeah, and just because of the kind of slight English difference, you basically said he's able to go out for a hike, right?
Yes. Yeah, hike.
Okay,
Exactly. Yeah,
okay,
yeah, yeah.
out trekking.
Yes.
Yeah, that's
Trekking.
incredible. That
Yeah.
takes a lot of energy. Yeah,
Now, I won't say if you divide trekking into grades of one, two, three, one being the simplest, two being medium, three being the toughest,
yeah,
I would keep him on the one level one.
sure. But still, compared
Yeah,
to what he could do before that, probably
exactly.
nothing.
Exactly. And then we've also taken our local flights and have spent weekends on other states.
Yeah.
But the 2 days that we spent Saturday, Sunday were fully spent outside, driving around, looking at new places,
Hmm.
doing all of that activity through the day, which requires a lot of energy again.
Yeah,
And then taking the flights, coming back, going back to job on Monday.
yeah. Normally would wipe a person out if they had
Yes,
health
exactly.
problems.
Correct, exactly. So to give you a bit of a comparison of what that person is able to do once you're going through spinal cord sessions for him.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then there was a big chemical tone here for that person. With multiple sessions, it has reduced so much. If you want, I have the photos I could share with you later if you want.
Of course. Yeah, I'll
Where
post them.
I've taken the comparisons of what has happened.
Yeah. I think people would love to see that before and after. So hang on to the end of the video and I will try to post those, or I might
Hmm.
insert them. I might be able to edit and insert them in the middle, but we'll see.
Yeah, whatever works.
Yeah, that's amazing. So how many, so your personal results happened after just one session.
One session.
And did you have, switching to you for a second, did you have more changes that happened after more sessions, or was it really everything happened in just one session?
So that first session, because it was happening for the first time, it was so noticeable that you can't miss it. Yeah. And now that you've seen what is possible, so let's say my health was here. With my first session, my health went here. So I went from, let's say, worst
Yeah,
to good.
yeah.
And now I went from good to great.
And now is after how many sessions would you say, or how long of a time frame?
So I would say I went into sessions. Now, that was my personal choice. I would have gone for almost 2 months
Hmm.
because I like what was happening. And I was like, okay, I want more of that. So if I went here, now I want here. I want to go here. So it was my personal choice. I went. Okay. Most people may want here, they may want here, they may want here. It's up to them,
Yeah,
whatever they
yeah.
want. Yeah.
That's a really good way to put
Now,
that. Did you go three
exactly.
times a week, or how often?
Given the traffic and the distance, we decided to go twice a week.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
So for me, say I define my great as here. Now I want super great, I want here.
It gets
Okay.
addictive to feel good.
It does. Because the way it impacts your life and gives you that hope that there is a solution out there for me. And with that solution, I can achieve whatever I want because there's so many things that were holding on. I'll tell you, I have never danced in all these years because my body used to shiver. I couldn't balance.
Yeah.
And it was so subtle that people can't see it. I can feel it. So my
Mhm.
confidence was low.
Yeah.
I don't remember running all these years at all. Even walking was a problem. But I still used to walk with the pain because I love walking.
Yeah.
You tell me to walk for 5 hours, I'll keep walking. I love it. But that was with so much of pain, not anymore.
Yeah. Man.
Yeah.
Yeah, and even going around holding your hand, that probably made you appear like something was wrong, or made you appear like you were shy, and gave you an appearance that you weren't really, but you were just dealing with holding your hand from shaking. So even in subtle
Yes,
ways like that, it's changed your life probably and brought your confidence up.
very true. And now that you bring it up, I can now remember more
Hmm.
because now it's become a habit, right? Now I'm like, I'm used to it kind of thing.
Yeah, yeah,
So I have to remember the good things and tell you.
yeah, yeah.
um, the social confidence that comes up is
Yes.
different, considering you can feel better in your body and you're not scared around, okay, what's happening with my body? I don't know, I don't want someone telling me, oh, your hand is shivering.
Yeah, you can just live and you don't have to worry about, you don't have to be so
You can be your
self-concerned.
natural self again. Correct.
Yeah,
And my face changed up because I'm feeling better inside. I'm
yeah,
looking more beautiful, I will say, and I'll take
yeah.
that as a compliment, even if nobody does. Don't want to sound rude here, but
No,
you
no,
feel
everyone should
good.
love themselves. That's wonderful that you can acknowledge that you feel beautiful. That's
Yeah,
wonderful,
you
and you are
feel
beautiful.
beautiful. Thank you. You feel
Yeah,
good. You feel confident.
yeah.
Socially, you become more um, outgoing.
Mhm.
You don't mind if you're getting noticed now, kind of thing.
Yeah.
And it's important to know what your triggers are, and that's an exercise. So, what has happened in today's world is people have somehow outsourced their health.
Yeah, to everyone else to solve for them.
Yeah, your happiness
True.
to an extent, kind of thing. Because, yes, you can go to a doctor and tell him 10,000 things, he'll prescribe you something, some treatment, something, some that. But
Mhm.
ultimately, It is your responsibility. It is your body. You have to understand why this happened in the first place.
Yeah.
Once you find out the why, then you can take help of everything that's available out there
Mhm.
to fix that why,
Mhm.
so that it doesn't happen again. Or if it happens due to uncontrollable circumstances, you are still in a position to change it.
Yeah. Yeah. It takes your power back. But question, what if you're somebody watching this that is dealing with chronic pain or some other symptom that's been going on a long time and they don't know the why? Does that need to prevent them from seeking, trying spinal flow? What would you think?
Absolutely not. Even if you don't know the why, don't worry. If you are on that search of why, it will come to you once you're open, once you're aware.
Okay. Okay.
That's what I think. Because if you don't know what you're looking for, even if it comes in front of you, you will not know.
That's a really good point. Yeah.
Exactly. So let's say if I have to go to a particular address, I need to know the address first, or I need to have the urge to go there, a reason to go there, kind of.
Yeah.
Yes. So, like in my example, I knew what my health before was. I didn't understand to a certain time period of why what happened.
Mhm.
When I started joining the dots, which only I could do because I know my life story,
Yeah.
a doctor doesn't know. Even if I can sit half an hour with someone, they don't know my life. They will only know as much as I tell them.
Right.
So, my health is my responsibility at the end of the day, and I will utilize everything that's available out there to see
Yeah.
what works for me.
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
the question about whether spinal flow works for you or not itself is not a valid question.
Mhm.
That
Mhm.
question itself is wrong because what is spinal flow doing? It is allowing your body to de stress. Once you de stress, what is the body doing? Coming back to its natural state of a healed body.
Yeah.
So there is no question of spinal flow whether it will work for me or not. The
It always
question
works.
that we need, it always works. The question each one of us need to ask is, do you want to heal yourself? Yes. Are you open to healing? Yes. Then this will work. Because one major part of healing means letting go. Sometimes people are so obsessed to live with the pain, they don't want to let it go.
That's true. Sometimes people are using their illness as a crutch subconsciously. They might not consciously
Subconsciously.
admit to it, but maybe they get more attention, or it's an excuse to not have to go to social functions because they can always say they have a migraine, stuff like that. I think subconsciously I've been there in my past. Even though I did have the pain, I held on to it for longer than I needed to because I had a payoff in some small way.
Okay.
Yeah.
It happens. And I won't say it's wrong or right. I think everything happens in life for a reason, and a lesson is to be learned from it.
Yeah. And you
For
must be ready, like you're saying, be ready to heal.
exactly, be ready to heal. Because what happens is, I've seen some people, because now I'm a practitioner. That's another story which we'll lean into. But now that I'm a practitioner and I see so many bodies,
Yeah.
within few seconds I can see whether the person is open or not. It's
How can
very
you see how
interesting.
can you see that? I'm curious.
The
Like what
body
do
talks to you. The
Oh,
body talks. As soon as I touch a body and I see it, I feel it. I can't explain it in words. Within few
yeah.
seconds, I can tell you this person is open, he wants to heal, or they are not.
I agree with you. I don't think I've ever thought of it in those terms, but I can tell that also when I'm done working on somebody for the first time. I'll usually tell them your body responded to this. Your body wants this. It's craving this. I could feel so much happening. And
Exactly.
and so that's exactly what you're saying. The body's ready. It wants it.
I once had a lady. In the first few seconds, her body opened up completely. I hadn't seen it before, and then she shut down.
Really?
And then she shut down and she never opened that way ever again. And
That's
I knew
sad.
her stress was more emotional, and there was a lot of back history to that, some of
Yeah.
which I know. So I understand it's difficult to let go.
Yeah. So she
That's
must
where I
have
came from.
I wonder if her thought process while she was laying on the table overrode what her body was trying to do.
Exactly. I saw it and it was a very different experience. Like
Mm.
within few seconds she shut down. But the
Oh,
access point and the thing I had where she opened up completely and then boom, and then she never opened up to that extent that she did.
got it.
So it's
Okay.
it's interesting how the body talks. Once you see it, you understand it. It's
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
amazing.
What would you say to somebody who has tried Spinal Flow? Maybe they bought a package of 12 sessions, let's just say,
Mm,
and they've noticed small changes, like they notice that they feel different after a session, but they haven't noticed anything like almost miraculous like you're discussing, where you
mhm.
like noticed everything after the first session. What do you say to someone like that?
Okay. I'll first speak to myself and then I'll
Hmm.
come to that question as well. Maybe the reason why I experienced it in first session was I was on this journey for many years and I
Yeah.
was desperate to come back to my earlier
Yeah.
state of health. Yeah, that was the core reason why I felt it. That's what I think.
That makes
Yeah,
sense.
yeah.
Yeah.
So as I said, we are outsourcing our health onto a doctor or
Yeah.
onto some modality. Yeah, that was different in my case. If a person is not experiencing that thing,
Hmm.
first thing is don't worry, it's fine because everybody's body talks differently. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. It's
maybe
still
I am.
working.
It's still working 100% every session. It works. It's a given because
Yeah.
it's your body doing the healing. So it's not that it's not working. It's not a question at all.
Yeah.
Some people are more sensitive to the changes, like I am.
Hmm.
So I'll be more sensitive to pain as well as compared to other people,
True. That makes sense.
right? Yeah, like I
Yeah.
have a
And some people
friend.
maybe are just a lot more blocked as well. Just like the first
Yeah,
example that you gave of that lady that opened and then shut down. Some people might
yeah,
just be taking just a lot longer to kind of let themselves
open.
heal. Yeah.
Correct, exactly. So that's one point. Like some people are very sensitive to changes, so they might experience, some people are not. But
Hmm.
in both the cases, healing has happened, it will happen, it is happening.
Yeah.
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 The other thing is, if a person is not feeling as much, is something they need to look within as to where is it that you're not opening up.
Yeah.
You are still holding on to something, some pain, some situation that you do not want to let go, and you still want to feel that pain.
Yes. I
It
think
might
that's
be
huge.
people are, yeah, maybe people are doing it subconsciously because it's kind of muscle memory. If you've known to do that,
It's a
not
pattern.
doing it, it's a pattern. To change pattern takes time. Healing need not be hard. It should not be.
Good point.
It's easy. It's very easy. It's very simple. And why I say that is our bodies are designed to be healthy. We are not supposed to fall sick.
Yeah.
Our bodies are on autopilot to heal. It is the natural state.
So we just need to let it flow. We need to
We just need to let it flow.
not try
And
to dam
I'll
it
give
up.
you correct. And I'll give you a real time example for why I'm saying this is. So recently, this is my own example. But that reminds me in my first spinal session that I said and the other effects that I had. So I struggled with hormonal imbalance,
Mhm.
low energy, fatigue, everything that comes with the women body. All of that also normalized within few
Wow.
sessions. Yeah, it really normalized.
It's
My
amazing.
thyroid was underactive for the longest period, but I wasn't on any medication. That normalized completely.
Amazing.
Yeah. Then recently, I was in a very stressful situation. I was starting a side hustle that completely burnt me out. But I thought it's hard work, it's fine, I'll get through this and everything. And I worked hard like anything for 2 straight months. And then I realized this is not me, this does not align with me, and I do not want to do it. And it was time for my annual blood test that I normally do every year.
Yeah.
In that test, now the other reason was also that I've recently hit perimenopause at an early age of just 40.
Okay. That's got to be not fun.
Uh, yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, go ahead. It's okay.
It was an alarm. I thought I cleared it the first time, but it didn't, came back. Okay.
Okay. So now Spinal Flow is helping with all of this as well to me. It's amazing. In fact, perimenopause has been very liberating for me in many
Really?
senses. Many senses. Seriously. A complete shift in mindset, a complete change in perspective.
Wow.
Um, a topic I'll come to later. If I forget, you can
Yeah, I
remind me.
think I might have to interview you a few more times. You have a lot of
Yes,
insightful
yes.
information to share.
I would love to. We could actually keep that perimenopause topic separate.
Yeah.
Um, so this, what was I talking about? See, I've got so much to say. I'm like, pick this or pick
No,
that.
no. I know. Okay. Yeah, you did pivot there. You'd gone down one and then
Oh,
you were like, "Oh,
prolactin. Yeah. Okay, the recent experience. Yeah. So I was starting that side hustle. It stressed me out and everything. And because
yeah."
of this perimenopause thing, I was like, okay, let's do the formal tests and everything and see what's happening. In that test, my prolactin came extraordinarily high.
You're what? I
Super.
didn't hear that.
So we have a hormone called prolactin. It's a hormone which is somewhere here, situated in the pituitary area, I think.
Okay.
So that is one of the hormone that needs to be tested when you're going through your perimenopause, menopause states and
Oh,
everything.
okay.
Now that hormone came dangerously high for me. I knew why that was happening because of my stress situation. Because
Yeah.
otherwise, I'm very healthy. I eat healthy,
Yeah.
kind of an active lifestyle.
Mhm.
My schedules are regularly. I'm sleeping good. I've done all the healing and everything.
Yeah.
So I'm like, fine. I knew why this was happening because the next step for me was the doctor was recommending me to do an MRI to see what's happening in the brain. And
Yeah.
if things don't improve, I'm supposed to go on some steroids for life.
Wow.
I'm like, that is not me. I know
No.
why this is happening. I told the doctor, give me 2 months and I'll fix this. So then came back home. All my stressors why this was happening, I got rid of it. I shut down the side hustle that I was working for because I was doing something that does not align with me and it's not me. No matter how hard work I do, it's not going to work.
Yeah.
And the one thing that I realized in hindsight, if something is causing you problem, it's not meant for you.
Yeah.
Read the signs and stop.
Yeah.
That's what I did. All I did was be happy, have the gratitude for what you have in life, be very happy with whatever state you are in right now, look after yourself, don't do things that are causing you stress. If it is causing you stress, you are not meant for it. Leave
Drop it.
it, drop it. Exactly. Took
Wow.
that lesson, did nothing for 2 months, just de stressed myself, did everything that makes me happy, looked after myself, no stress. Then I went for my retest after 2-ish months, went back to the doctor, and before she could see my results, I told her, my dear doctor, I am guaranteed my levels of prolactin are fixed now. Let's check. And then she checked and she was like, what did you do? I said, nothing. That's what I did. I did nothing. She was completely surprised by my results. So the point I'm trying to make here is, which I myself have experienced, is
Yeah.
once you remove the stress, once you fix your root cause, your body comes back to its natural state,
I
a
love
healed,
it.
healthy state. And I was like, so this was just a living proof again to reinstate the fact, and even to myself, like, don't forget this lesson, madam. This is how it works, kind of thing. That's why I'm saying we can reverse anything if we want to. The main cause, as they say, is stress. All over social media, and now every goddamn person knows stress is the root cause for whatever things.
Right.
But finding something that can de stress is a big question mark.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
everybody tells me, you got to stress less, don't stress, be happy. But how do I do that? For
Yeah.
me, the answer was in Spinal Flow. The
Yeah.
answer was within me. The answer is within all of us.
Yes. I can't help but think of the number one de-stressor that I think most people would turn to would be massage. And I'm sure in all the things that you tried to feel better, you probably tried massage also, right?
Oh, yes. Every month.
Yeah.
Every month I spend money on massages.
Okay.
But
So
but
it's,
that's another thing.
yeah,
I never felt massages ever, and I thought that's how it should be. But after I did the Spinal Flow sessions, and now when I go for a massage, I feel it so different.
really?
I literally feel it. Yeah.
Wow.
And I'm like, oh, all these years, what was I spending money on?
Yeah. Yeah.
Now it feels different. Now I'm like, okay, now I know what to expect
You're
or how
connected
to
to your
feel.
body. That's why.
Yes. Oh, yeah, exactly.
That's
Exactly.
cool. Yeah, when she's talking about de-stressing, I'm speaking to the audience right now, but when she's talking about
Mhm.
de-stressing, it's a whole different level. Spinal flow relaxes your body on a parasympathetic level, super deep neurological level that a massage can't even touch. You just have to experience it yourself.
So true. So true. Exactly. And all these feelings that I have felt, I never read about it anywhere. I never got to read about it anywhere. Sometimes I feel short of explaining my feelings in words. This is something beyond peace, something beyond happiness.
Yeah.
And sometimes you need to go through a bit of not so good situations
Yeah.
or failures to reinstate the fact and remember it. That's how life works in general, I think, for me at
Yeah.
least.
Yeah. Yeah. It seems like literally, so the motorcycle accident was a defining moment that like a new chapter of your life started. And then you had this long chapter of crap, right? You went through all this pain and trying all this time and money and trying to find solutions. And then spinal flow, boom, a new chapter. And now you are in this phase of your life where you have the answers and you have the ability to help people and you can speak freely because you've lived it. It seems like you got it all figured out. And it's just so, I'm so happy for you that that you figured it out and you're now in this new phase.
Exactly. Like now, when I speak to you, just imagine my pain journey transformed into a healing journey. Today, I'm sitting with you talking about all this. Just imagine someone somewhere in the world is going to look at this.
Yep.
It's going to give them hope. It's going to give them maybe a solution, or it's going to give them something that will tell them, "Oh, they are not alone in this world. Somebody has been through it. This
Yeah.
is what they did. Maybe it'll work for them. Don't know."
Yes. Yes.
Like, this is the power of social media.
Yes.
Like, this thing did not exist 10 years ago.
Right. Right. How could somebody
Yeah,
have benefited from your story before? So thank goodness that you came on to do this because this is an incredible and very unique story. I love it. How, if somebody wants to reach out to you just for
hmm
maybe they don't even live in Australia, but they would like to talk with you more, are you open to that? And if so, how can they contact you?
absolutely. I can give my email address to you for now.
Okay.
I am also setting up my website for Spinal Flow. Once that is ready in a month's time, I can flick that to you as well.
Okay.
So they can reach
Add it to
through
the
that.
show notes.
And yeah, exactly. So that can help as well. Yeah, those are the two ways that they can reach me. And once I have my Instagram page set up, that might be another way to reach me.
Wonderful. Okay, that sounds great. So yeah, I'll just have you send that over and I'll put it in the show
Yes,
notes, the email. Um,
absolutely.
I'm sure you must have lots of other stories from people, clients that you've worked on. How about since we're already at almost an hour, how about we just come back and
Yeah.
do another interview later and you can maybe share some more. And also we can talk about the your perimenopause and everything you.
We could do that. Yeah, and I could tell you how I ended up being a healer and everything as well, from an
Yes.
IT consultant into this. It's interesting journey,
Yeah,
which
let's
I
do that.
myself didn't know about. Yeah,
There's lots of different, a lot more information that you have to share, I can tell. And I would love to hear it. And I'm sure everybody else would be curious too. So if you're game for that, let's just do it another one so we can have it in chunks.
I would love to chat about this because the happiness that I'm getting, that's this might help somebody. We
Yeah.
don't know, is amazing.
Mm,
And using social media in this way to help people is a blessing.
yes.
And maybe that's why everything happened to me for a reason. And I won't say that reason has unfolded, it is just unfolding.
Correct.
I think there is heaps more that I don't know, and
Yeah,
it's about to unfold. This is just the beginning, and
I
we'll see where
agree.
this takes us.
I agree. Your positivity and confidence and belief are so they're addictive. It's just coming off through the computer screen. You know what I mean? And so I can tell that you have a lot to offer, and this chapter of your life is just beginning, and you're going to impact a lot of people.
I'm hoping so. I'm actually looking forward to it, to see how this goes.
I love it. Well, thank you so much for this beautiful time and interview. It's been such an honor to meet you all the way around the world. And yeah, let's definitely get something on the schedule and we'll come back and share the rest of the story with everyone.
I am glad for this opportunity, Sarah. It just came out of nowhere, and um, I'm truly blessed to be able to talk about this and help people out. And I hope it helps at least one person. That's more than enough. And
I
that one
guarantee it's
person,
going to help more than one. But like you said, even if it was just one person, it's worth it.
it's worth it, because then that one person is going to help someone else and someone else, because that's how I ended up. Somebody must have helped me.
Yeah.
And then it's just a chain reaction. So
Oh, yeah.
I am glad for this. I'm really, really grateful for this. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
It's the pleasure is all mine. And I can't wait until Spinal Flow is just a household name. You know, we're just like acupuncture, massage, and chiropractic. You know, there's a ton of every one of those in every town across the world. Spinal Flow needs to be like that because it's truly that life impacting and changing.
Exactly. Like, my core, what I think is the schooling all around the world needs to be um, upgraded, where they should teach each and every person about two things. First, how to make money, because you can't
Yeah.
survive without it. How to read your body, understand it, treat it, because nobody tells you. That's how we end up popping pills, because that's what we think is the answer.
Yeah.
But if from childhood you are trained in a way that tells you how to work on your body, how to fix issues, how to read it, how to work on it before things become chronic, seriously,
Yeah.
I wish
Exactly.
I had someone telling me these things, or me having that knowledge. I wouldn't have been through
Yeah.
that pain.
Yeah.
Anyways, I can keep talking, but it's okay.
Yeah, no, you're fun to interview. You have so much wisdom in there. I can't wait. And yeah, you summarized the two things that, like you say, every kid needs to know worldwide. So
Yes,
it's awesome. All right, my friends. Well, thank you so much. I think your day is just beginning over there in Australia. So I hope you
yes.
have a wonderful rest of your day, and we'll do this again soon.